Now it seems like I've been encountering way too many toxic people from toxic, narcissistic companies that only take people's money. They take advantage of kind, kind people, hurt kind, sensitive people, don't value them at all or their opinions or rights in any way. They violate their boundaries and feelings, like what has been happening to me. So it really seems to me, my intuition is just screaming that these companies only are after money. They don't care about a person's feelings or a person's well-being in any way. No matter what the role of yours is, when you're dealing with these companies. So I'm really at my limit with these people, with these kind of companies, because, as a God's chosen one, I've been encountering too many of these kind of people ever since I've been a small child, when somebody has been wanting things from me for one reason or another, which of course I did not understand when I was a child, because I did not know anything about myself or about life or anything, and I didn't have the right kind of support that you're supposed to receive as a small child or as a teenager or as a young adult, when you should be growing up normally and of course to be supported in life. So because I'm a truth speaker, I'm a spokesperson for justice. That's a part of me because I'm a starseed, I'm an earth angel, I'm a God's chosen one. So a big part of my mission is to bring justice and well-being into this world, into people's lives. And of course, including my own, because how can I live and how can I guide and teach and lead others if I don't have that for myself either? So I really feel the urge that I just need to address these issues right now, that I need to talk about this and warn others, as I usually do. Because, narcissistic abuse is a serious matter. And like I've been saying, we can encounter it anywhere because these demonic entities, they can be anywhere. And so I'm still thinking, should I seek for legal help or not? But I've been encountering too many, at least from my point of view as a sensitive, empath, highly sensitive woman, human angel, earth angel, starseed, because I'm very sensitive and I have deep emotions and feelings and enough of life experience with these matters. So it can be so difficult, and it is just, when too much is too much, because this is an example of that again. So I'm not sure yet what will happen more with these issues. I've been really, angry and been experiencing my own feelings and things related to these matters, because these have to do with a Finnish company called Lumo that rents apartments, and a Finnish company called Keva that also rents apartments that are very expensive, by the way. But Keva apparently has these new, just basically very new apartments that are very overpriced, and that was for me as well. And so they should also be treating their tenants with respect, but they don't. So if you happen to be in Finland, in my country, if you are a Finnish person or not, we've been having many foreign people in our country lately. seems like America is everywhere in Finland nowadays, and Finland is known in the world more now than it used to be. But anyway, so many people can be around here, so that are not originally Finnish. So I thought I would just talk normally in English this video, because I was thinking, should I do it in Finnish? But I thought that maybe it's better if I speak in English, because my channel is in English. Anyway, so don't move to Lumo or Keva apartment if you are considering renting an apartment in Finland. Because, yeah, like I said, apparently they don't value their tenants at Keva or at Lumo. And they're very overpriced, and they don't, at Lumo, they don't even take care of their apartments. At least if they are older ones, I guess they take care of the newer ones. At least one woman was saying that when I was reading the reviews, which I should have read a long time ago, but I didn't know anything about that. So I really blindly trusted Lumo and Keva. You know, I've been so trusting. People like us, we can be so trusting, you know, we can be so blind to people taking advantage of us, and, you know, then we end up brained out and give our money away and all of that. So it's not okay. So because these companies apparently practice clear emotional abuse, narcissistic abuse, I felt it immediately now that I had to be interacting with these companies in a way that involved important matters regarding the living arrangements, you know, the apartments. So I had too much on my shoulders with both. And I could have easily hurt myself, for example, because at Keva apartment there was, you know, violent behavior, for example, from my neighbors, and also the school shooting was there. I'm just saying that, you know, luckily me and my son were not living in that apartment anymore, because, you know, in the spring there was the school shooting next to that apartment, so anything could have happened since this case came up as well. I did see a lot of restlessness in many of the children when I was watching them, when they were playing on the schoolyard and all of that. So there were definitely some negative energies around there anyway. But in the big building where we were living, it was very unsafe. You know, I was sexually harassed in a nearby store, and you know, it just makes me so sick and so angry when people don't even defend an innocent being. Because, you know, I had to go through these situations and issues by myself, which also made it even worse. So these attacks, sexual harassment, emotional abuse, you know, from my neighbors who were not respecting other neighbors. I could not even sleep there, you know, because of the noises from the neighbors. And you know, I would send messages and try to seek justice and all of that, but nothing was leading anywhere, and it really seemed like I was just talking to empty walls. And it is very draining, especially as an empath. I just feel to be talking to empty walls when you're not receiving normal, respectful communication. After these issues, my conclusion is that they are only after money and fame. These kind of companies, they cannot take any sorts of feedback or criticism. If you say one thing, they attack you immediately and they blame you, which is of course gaslighting. It's manipulation, it's brainwash, it's narcissistic abuse, it's emotional, psychological abuse. When you're attacking an innocent being who has not done anything wrong to you, they trusted you with their money, with their effort, with their feelings and time and energy. They trusted you to have a home in your company, you know, to have service, to have real customer service. Another company that I don't recommend is Webador. That is a website hosting service that you can create your own website with their service. So no, don't give them your money, your time, anything. They are also very narcissistic, and they attack you immediately if you say anything that is in any way criticizing how they act. So all they want is control, and they want to hold on to their own fame, and they want to seem like they are just perfect, basically. But this is not normal behavior that they attack a person in reviews. Because again, a narcissistic person will do anything to protect their own reputation. They are so toxic and insecure and broken all at the same time, and selfish and immature, and they don't understand anything about life really. They don't have any common sense. All they see is that somebody seems to be attacking them if they are saying anything that is truthful about them, or communicating their opinions and rights, and just being human, because we're not robots, we're supposed to be human. So it is such a shame to be wasting any time or energy or feelings on these kind of people, on these kind of interactions with these companies. And then another company that I do not recommend is Audiator. It is a Finnish law firm. So don't seek their help, because they claim to be empathetic and listening and respectful and all of that, but they're not. So they will also try to take your money for no grounds, basically. So, they will try to maybe help you in the beginning with your case, but then they will try to claim a lot of money from you if you criticize them in any way, if you give feedback to them. When you notice these things, these issues that are not okay. And about DNA, I've been talking before our call, talking about this issue in a video. I just did not reveal the name, but I was talking about the Finnish mobile operator company called DNA that also has very poor customer service. It's like they also have hired these young and narcissistic people who don't know how to handle a customer properly, who don't know how to talk to a customer in a calm way, especially if the customer calls about an important matter regarding their phone bill, for example, or something. So these are important things, and they should be handled with respect, of course. So don't go to DNA. And another one on my list today is Fast Comet. I don't recommend them either. They seem to hold on to their positive reputation on their website, which clearly can fool people, but my experience with them has been so poor that I just wanted to leave their service. And I realized that I was trusting too soon, that I should not be so trusting when it comes to people, when it comes to companies generally. that's apparently was a reminder and a lesson to me again to not trust too soon, because yeah, of course I got disappointed again. So, and then if you need to go to Keva in Finland to seek financial support from them or any kinds of support that they can provide, usually it's of course financial that they provide. So they don't know how to handle their customers either. It's very clear to me that they can say thank you for the feedback and all of that, but it seems like things are not improving. So if you are in Finland and you have to go to Keva, so then don't be surprised if you are receiving surveys that seems like narcissistic abuse, emotional abuse. It's not your problem, it's not your issue. They just don't know how to treat people. So common nominators with these people, with narcissistic people, with these emotionally, psychologically abusive people and companies are that they don't reply to emails or phone calls in a professional manner. They just don't understand what good customer service even is, apparently. They don't have any real empathy or compassion or respect for their customers or clients in any way. They just want money, apparently. They just want your money, they just want your whatever you can give to them, like a typical narcissistic person acts, that they take what you give to them. They blame you for everything, they gaslight you, they manipulate you into buying from them, for example, to taking their services. But then they don't reciprocate when they should give you good service. So of course, good customer service is always something that you can really know when it's happening to you. There's a big difference energetically, and you feel more relaxed, like you are treated as a human being, as a whole, and not as an object who gives money and all of that. So it's very toxic. It is such a toxic energy and very draining. So yeah, this video shall be a reminder to watch your back even more regarding some people, regarding some companies. If you're considering becoming their customer or client. As empaths and highly sensitive beings, we can definitely feel the energy, so we should always trust that intuitive feeling, intuitive nudge, and to act accordingly, because we matter and our rights, our opinions, our health matters. So these people don't respect, so that is their issue. A typical narcissistic person who has demonic entities within them, they're so selfish. They don't see anything else but their own opinions. They're so full of themselves, and so you really recognize them by this sign that they don't accept your opinions. They don't hear you out. They can pretend to, but they don't actually hear you out. They just hold on to their own distorted view of things, that they think that things have been happening, which is again gaslighting and manipulation, because then they are making you question your sanity and your reality and your perception of everything that has been happening. So it is a big toxic red flag. They will attack you and call you inappropriate just because you are expressing yourself and communicating your needs and boundaries and your opinions and rights and your thoughts and feelings, emotions in a normal way, like a normal human being that you are. As a sensitive being, we can have enough pressure on our shoulders anyway, but let alone to deal with these things alone, by yourself, without no support from others, and to be pressured and gaslighted and to be enduring such heavy issues like what I've been going through with these apartment issues, that I trusted the wrong people and suffered for nothing. So to a narcissist, you are always inappropriate, inappropriate, no matter what you do or say, because they simply want to control you and they simply have their own agenda, their own targets in mind, what they want out of you. And if they don't get that, they get triggered and angry and attack you. And this can manifest in different ways. And it is such a heavy issue. I never could have imagined that I would actually go through these things. So it is a miracle that I'm still here, alive and sane. And hopefully healthy, because I don't want to die yet, so. And again, a reminder that a smart adult would just stay calm and communicate respectfully instead of attacking. And they will strive to understand the other person as well, especially when you are a customer or a client and you're giving the company valuable assets such as money. So these assets keep the company alive. So you should value your customers and clients. And if you don't, then something is seriously wrong. And this is a big issue. It's a big personal issue for me to talk about. And they don't speak a person's normal language. Their ways are like robotic. They're like these flesh-eating robots, walking around, destroying others. Energy vampires. Which is no wonder, because they have these demonic entities within them. But again, we need to just keep avoiding them, because being around them is very destructive and unhealthy. I'm just glad that, it did not get worse, because it could have easily gotten worse with me living in these apartments with my son and my cats. With these situations that have been just too toxic.